And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to yet another Showtime and Kev podcast. Two comedians just acting a fool, talking about current events and good stuff. Kevin, if you could do your island intro, please.
In the name of one called Emperor Selassie, I, conquering tribe of Judah, King of Kings, and Santa Cruz Reggae Music Festival with the rascal to go on up in this piece, Lord of Mercy. Brakashak, book, yaga yaw. Book, Lord of Mercy. All man for dead. Yes.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I'm having a great weekend. I didn't do jack shit for about 36 hours. I'm having a ball.
How do you manage that with a girlfriend, sir?
Right?
You have a living girlfriend. You didn't do shit for 36 hours?
Not a damn thing. I played Xbox. She went to sleep. We had a great time. Like we just been relaxing all weekend. I haven't done nothing. Nothing. That's the best thing you can do as an adult. Not a damn thing.
Did she overdose on edibles of catnip? Like, what's going on?
Nah, she's just tired, man.
That's
people work all week, bro.
That's the secret. That's the secret. Okay. By the way, I was walking in here with my 49ers shirt on. By the way, I pledge allegiance to the Bay. That's my American home. And somebody said it looked like a super 49er.
Okay.
And I just remember the old song from the 80s.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yep. We're the 49ers.
Why the Bumbaclyde?
We dynamite. What? You never heard this shit?
No, there needs to be a way for you to do this like both through the Bluetooth and on the regular speaker so our other two streams can hear that horrible rapping. Like NFL players, I don't care if you're current, former, whatever. Like, why do y'all have to
stay away from the mic, dog?
Yeah, like if you don't know, in the '80s, every team that won a Super Bowl had to put out a fucking rap album for some reason.
Right,
and
they were all terrible.
They were all god awful.
Yeah. I mean, we don't take no stuff like that. Like that's a line.
It was like 40 black guys that sounded like white rappers. It was terrible. It was
just don't. I mean, like it's just like I think the league should find NFL rappers, like just like PEDs, like dog, like nah, four game suspension for that god awful 16 bars. Okay,
I agree. Oh my God.
That's not what I came to talk about.
All right, so what are we talking about this week? What should we start with? Should we start with something lighthearted? Should we go right into the hard shit? What are we gonna talk about?
I want to talk about this black female 007.
Yes, let's talk about that
because coming from the Caribbean, like from a former British colony. 007 was huge. Like my dad loved 007. We loved all of the James Bond movies, and of course James Bond would be in all. They'd be in like in the Caribbean. They'd be in Africa. They'd be in Asia. So like growing up in like a community where we actually care about the rest of the world, unlike America. Like we love that shit. But to have like a black female 007, I'm kind of like I don't know. Like is that progress?
Yeah, like I'm all for the idea. I just don't see how the execution's gonna go. Like I get like it's totally okay to switch off James Bond. That's what they've been doing for years. It's just usually a British white dude, and now they're switching it to it's still British, but it's a black woman.
Yeah, but
because the 007 thing is just like it's not like James Bond and 007 isn't his real name. He's a secret agent. That's just like a code thing, but. Like passing it down to a woman, I think is just going to be an issue because it's such a male-dominated action series.
Yeah, like, I mean, is she going to be like shooting people and then like nailing broads and then just leaving?
That's kind of that's a big thing about James Bond that actually drew a lot of us in. It's like like if you fuck with James Bond, that's worse than having AIDS. Like you're gonna die within a week.
Right. Yeah, you gotta end up in a nylon basket.
Like James always finds a chick to smash that's gonna be that he will later use as a human shield.
Right, exactly. Like even in the last one, like the last girl he messed with, they found her in the Bahamas, like in a hammock. 2 weeks dead.
Yeah,
like, what I mean? Like it is worse than AIDS.
It is. Yeah, catching 007 is instantly fatal.
Right. So I don't necessarily think it's a good idea that I mean, unless
so is it gonna be the same way, just reverse? Is she gonna be like smashing random dudes like on the fly? Like
maybe, which could be kind of funny. Like this black British woman just like smashing Russians, and then they just end up like, oh, I don't know what happened. And by the way, nobody ever questioned James Bond like when he's like, how come all your broads end up dead, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like,
nah, because he's disavowed. It never happened. He was never there. That's how that works.
Man. But I do remember they tried to make Idris Elba the next James Bond. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember they were talking about doing
that?
And
that would have been interesting, but there's only like 4 countries that he could have pulled that shit off in.
Not in America, though.
Nah, not in America, not in Russia, not in most of Eastern Europe. Like, they're going to know what's up. Like France, he'd be cool. England,
right?
Anywhere in Africa, but like
in the UK and America, yeah. Oh, 1 second. I have a license to kill. It's like motherfuckers get killed trying to show their license to drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, officer, I have a license to drive.
Like James Bond would get racially profiled.
like try to get into why you here at this restaurant? Like, this is a high class. Like, sir, can you
it's like, the name is Bond, James Bond, and I'll take a martini, shaken, not stirred. Like, you're gonna have to get your black ass out of here.
Like,
don't talk to me like that.
I don't care if your name is James Jackson. I don't care. You better get it around the front.
Yeah, so her being a woman and black, that's gonna make it interesting as to how she's gonna be able to get in and out of situations. But hey, it's Hollywood. It's different. I'm for it. I'm just not. I'm a little reluctant. I'm not gonna say anything against it. I don't see why it can't be. Well, it's a stretch. It is a stretch.
Well, the only hope. By the way, her name is Lashana Lynch, and you may have seen her in Captain Marvel. She was the black sidekick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
She was in Captain Marvel. Yeah. And by the way, I'm always like amazed when black British people can imitate American accents so well, because I've been living in America for like 20-some years, and I still sound like a damn foreigner.
That's true.
And they just come over here and they're like, "Yeah, what's up, dog?" Like. See, even that sounded bad. Like,
well, see, the problem is when you go across the water, you have to figure out how the ways people talk. You know?
How do you guys do that? Like,
you just elementary, my dear Watson. You just just listen to people, man.
I'm just amazed that she sounds so good as an American. Yeah. But the point is that she got the Captain Marvel.
He just wouldn't be ordering a damn martini. He probably would be getting like
Do you have the Incredible Hulk?
Oh God!
You don't know what Incredible Hulk is? It's half Alizé, half Hennessy.
First James Bond to order Cavassier.
He would too, though. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a good bump up for her, but I don't know, like, how far it's gonna go. I mean, I really thought that the first female James Bond would be Grace Jones. Because if you remember View to a Kill, remember that? She really looked
very vaguely.
Oh, okay, but you're younger than me.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of the James Bond movies, but that's one of the ones that kind of slipped through the cracks.
Okay, that was when Roger Moore got too old to be James Bond.
Yeah, that's about what I tuned out. Like, of course, I wouldn't watch them as they were coming out and shit, but like, I'd be like, oh, I like this movie, and then
you're like, oh, this one looks bad. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, fuck fighting people. You don't even look like you could fuck right now. Like,
you
look like there was no Viagra in '85.
Like, why is James Bond getting winded going to his commercial flight?
Right.
Like they have an escalator for that, and he's tired.
For real though, he's like, oh.
Why is he sweating in the snow?
trying to bed this spy. We're like, come on, dog. We know that you just want to take a nap.
Real quick, Facebook. I am not Kazim Rahman. He is not Trenton Davis. Stop doing this shit. This is the 4th week in a row.
Shout out Trenton Davis
and Kazim. We're gonna be having guests pretty soon. So
you know what? We should do a show with Trenton Davis and Kazim Rahman, and then see what. And Facebook's just gonna go crazy.
My phone might explode. What are you talking about?
Facebook's gonna be like, "Are you guys twins?"
Oh Jesus.
Please tag your twins.
Okay.
But I mean, I was going to say about Grace Jones. Like, when I saw her in A View to a Kill, I was like, she's definitely the next James Bond because she really looks like she wants to kill people.
Yeah, that sounds right. Every movie Grace Jones is in, she is a disturbing presence. It's just like,
right. I really believe Grace Jones wants to kill people and eat pussy.
Yeah.
Like, I really
like when she was in one of those Conan movies, I was like, I believe it. I feel it for real. Like, that could happen.
Like, where did you find this feral black woman? Shout out to Grace Jones. And by the way, she looks the same now in 2019 that she looks in 1985.
Because black don't crack unless you're on it, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Whitney Houston.
Damn, rest in peace.
Moving right along.
Let's talk about, speaking of movies, we have this is an issue that's a non-issue that I'm going to talk about just because it showed up on my timeline. This whole situation between Antoine Fuqua, Nicole Murphy, and everyone fat-shaming his wife that played Sunshine on...
Oh, she got fat?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't see that. Word?
Yeah. I forgot her name, but like
her name is Lela Rochon.
Yeah, Lela Rochon put on some weight over the years, as everyone does when they hit like 50. And
with 2 kids too, by the way.
Well, here's the thing: Nicole Murphy has 5 of Eddie Murphy's kids, but she's built like a brick shithouse. Like she's gorgeous, and Lela Rochon was absolutely gorgeous like 20 years ago, and so everyone
and so let me pause right there and say she's not just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. In not Boomerang, in Harlem Nights.
She was gorgeous in Boomerang, too.
Yeah, but in Harlem Nights, she was called Sunshine. Mm-hmm. And the reason was because they said, and I quote, if you threw that pussy up in the air, it would turn to sunshine. like my dog. Like, that's a wrap. Like, you
can't beat, that's the highest compliment that can be paid. Like, your pussy is as powerful as the sun.
Like, how do you cheat on that, though?
He did. And that's, like, I honestly, when you get to that level in Hollywood, I think that you're just fucking around because you can. Like, it's not even a matter of, like, you even want it or whatever. It's like it's just
like the guardrails are just gone.
Yeah,
basically.
like, who's going to stop me? You know?
Like, I'm Eddie Murphy's wife. Like, what are you going to do?
The shit that's tripping me out, though, is how everybody's fat shaming Lela Rochon. And it's like, ooh, look, like, no wonder. He's, like, Antoine's all, like, rocked up, and Nicole Murphy's, like, bad. So why wouldn't they want to get together? But it's like, if that's why you're with somebody, you don't need to be with them. You know what I mean? If it's just the physical. Now, don't get me wrong. Physical's important. And if somebody lets themselves go, it's whatever. But at the same time, you shouldn't stick around for that. Problem.
It depends on what you expected, right?
Yeah.
If you all if you meet somebody and they're fit and you're fit and you're all kind of doing your thing, and then they're like, I don't care anymore. Then that changes the dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I mean, I've dated all kinds of women, all kinds of shapes. I mean, I met them where they're at. I'm not like, oh, now you need to be this. But come on, man. Antoine Fuqua did Training Day. Mm-hmm. Okay, Training Day starred Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
There's a track that goes all the way back to Eddie Murphy here.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, like this Hollywood shuffle that's going on, this 6 degrees of separation, because Eddie Murphy was in put Lela Rochon in 2 movies, and Nicole Murphy is now his wife is his ex-wife is now fucking her current husband. So maybe not. I don't know. They're trying to act like they're not happening. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But the thing that bothers me is the concept of fat shaming. Because one, she didn't have any, like, it's not her fault. She's being cheated on. That's not fair to like make her the victim, make her the aggressor or anything, make her the scapegoat. And also, the whole concept of fat shaming, because it seems like fat shaming only matters when it's somebody you like. You know, because
well, hang on a second here. You seem to have a very strong.
What are you getting at, Kevin?
No,
it's funny because like, it's such a slippery slope. Like, everybody makes fun of fat people, but you're not supposed to. Like, what the fuck? Yes, and she's also got lupus. Good point. The women are on Antoine's helmet hard, as they should.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can't be out there. I mean, but I don't understand the whole fat shaming thing. Like, I've been, skinny my whole life, and my older brothers like struggle with his weight.
I want to tag Jason Harris. Neither one of us is white. Where did that come from? Wow.
Facebook is just fishing.
Yeah, you're just throwing shit out there now.
But anyway, my point is that a lot of this is genetic in terms of like how your body like carries fat. So like I struggle to gain weight. Like, I looked like a third world immigrant for most of my life. Like, I mean, no matter, I've been eating American food for 20 years. I still look like I just.
And that shit's not fair.
and I look like I just came off the boat. Okay. Yeah. Whereas some people like my brother, he gain and lose weight. So
and I work out at least 3 times a week, and I look like I just live off of Twinkies. So it's just, your physiology is what it is, Like, everybody's different.
Yeah, and then some people legitimately have like diseases.
We're both sweating like Donald Trump when Ivanka walks by. I like that joke, as you said.
What Ivanka? Like, if you were my daughter, we'd be fucking. Like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Like, dog, who says that? If you say that like in life, anywhere, like, that's the disqualification for being friends, much as a job interview. But anyway, but I mean, the thing about Lela Rochon is I haven't seen her pictures, but I mean, I remember when Harlem Nights came out, she was so beautiful. We were just like, we put her next to, what's her name? Mike Tyson's wife at the time.
Robin Givens.
Yeah. Like,
and she was holding her own.
Yeah, this is before Halle Berry was even a factor.
Yeah.
Okay, like,
and she was in that movie too. Like she was like the quiet, cute one in the back that didn't really know how to like,
This is getting way more incestuous than
right.
Like I need to like get like a board and like put all these names on it and start drawing lines. And,
lines with the rope and shit. And this connects to here and a conspiracy.
He fucked that one. But it's fucked up that they're going after Lela after what her husband did. I mean, that's
it ain't her fault. Like they're blaming her for like if she would have got fat, he wouldn't have to cheat. Like yo. Eddie Murphy, like, look at Nicole Murphy. I'm pretty sure Eddie stepped out on that a few times. Like, it ain't how you look. It's the opportunity.
Dude, if I had a mansion and a compound, like, all rules are gone. Like,
if you have millions of dollars and you're a good-looking guy, it's kind of hard not to be out there doing everything, especially when you're on the road, like, most of the year. That's what you do. Like, you got to be out seeing people, doing movies on set.
Yeah, it's
doing
silly.
TV appearances.
But I really hope that that people will get off her case, and come on, she's made enough movies, she's made enough money. I mean, isn't the whole point at some point to just like get off of this shit?
Yeah,
and
at
be
some
like,
point everybody gets old and ugly and fat.
Just vacation for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like I mean, they were trying to shame what's his name, Jason Momoa, Aquaman,
really,
for putting on some weight. I'm like, do you really want to be in the gym 7 days a week, like for the rest of your life?
Like you can't look like 300 all the time. That's not healthy.
Right. Now, what's his name? The 300 guy,
Gerard Butler. Yeah, he got a gut now.
Yeah, he's like, nigga, I made my money. What the fuck?
Like I had abs for like that 6 months we were shooting that movie. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't eat candy. I didn't drink no beer, nothing.
I did squats all day, every day.
Yeah. And that shit sucked. And now I'm famous and I'm rich and I will sit down and eat a pizza.
Exactly.
Fuck you. And he cheated on Nicole with Johnny Gill.
Damn, son. Reggie Matthews dropping the mic and he's not even holding one.
Ma. Your show look good tonight.
So that's why he wanted to party all the time.
That was an old-ass rumor that showed up a long time ago because Johnny Gill was staying with Eddie Murphy for a while. Which, no, I've had friends that come, kicked it at my house for a while. It doesn't mean, there's any untoward business happening. But again, this is Hollywood, so who the hell knows? All right, do you want to move on from this?
Let's move on to something a little more important. Even though it's not going to change anything.
What, the Mueller thing?
Yes, Robert Mueller testified before Congress today to clarify his remarks in his 400-page report that nobody's read.
It doesn't make it fun.
Like we're not like we haven't read it, obviously, but the president.
Wait, what do you mean we?
Like, have you read the 400-page Mueller report?
I've read 100 pages of it.
Whoa, okay, excuse me. I have read none of it. Kevin has read a quarter of it. Most of the people that drafted it haven't read it, or anybody that has anything to do with it is avoiding it.
Section.
So he went out and talked about all the. He gave his cliff notes to Congress, basically.
They didn't care. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Nobody cares.
But I mean, it's sort of like.
That's what's fucked up. Nobody cares.
It's like asking an angry professor like to answer questions, and they're like, "If you read the book that I wrote, you would know the answer."
But nobody read the book. That's the point.
Does anybody out there really think, anybody listening right now, do any of you really think anything's going to change because of that?
Yeah.
And if you do, please put down the pipe.
The crazy thing to me is how they're controlling the narrative so much, and they're even like changing the vocabulary on shit. Like they're saying the president had like there's 10 different offenses they can go after the president for when he's not president.
Yep.
Like he never said that he didn't do A, B, and C, but he can't prove that he did C, D, and E. But A, B, and C are still actual gross felonious.
The actionable
infractions.
Things. Yeah, it's obstruction of justice. But the problem is nothing's going to change because apparently the squad that's supposed to take him out are a bunch of fucking nerds. Like, and I get that. Like, okay, nerds want to come and fight with spreadsheets and arguments, whereas like these other people, they're the bullies. They're like, no, fuck you, punch
we're not going to any impeachment proceedings. We're not going to try and do it. Like, basically, right now, Trump is like.
Well, technically, we're right.
Trump is in the victory formation.
Trump
is in the victory formation. He's taking a knee and he's running the clock out, and waiting for the end of the season. Right, waiting for the final bell.
The 2-minute warning has already passed. Yeah, and he's just like
the other team is out of timeouts.
Well, technically, here's this paper that says like, what? I mean, our heroes are a bunch of fucking nerds and pussies. Like they're not gonna change shit.
heroes.
But the people are supposed to change stuff. They're not going to change shit. They're like, well, we're going to start a proceeding to inquire into whether or not, like, man.
What kills me is like you don't even need to know what's going on to see this shit is foul, because if it was if on one hand he's completely exonerated, but on the other hand he's absolutely obviously, like, come on, man, like, you ain't got to be a criminal or anything. You can see he's obviously obstructing justice. He's obviously trying to keep whatever Mueller's doing in the dark, right? And
he's blocking everything. Like, even like the state attorney in New York who's trying to get his tax records, they blocked that.
And they found 10 different instances where he tried to obstruct justice, or instructed someone to obstruct justice, or tried to bribe someone to obstruct justice. Right. And all this shit's going on. Like, hell, just down to the fact that anytime Trump goes anywhere, he stays at a Trump property. Like, how is that not a conflict of interest? How is that not double dipping in your, like, you're staying there for free, you're charging your own business for the thing, and then you're paying it off with government money. That's like, you're not just double dipping in the pot, you're laundering the money back.
As a person that grew up in a third world country, I'd like to welcome you to how most of the rest of the world operates.
And that's what used to make America great, was the fact that
I'm sorry, I'm actually kind of like enjoying this. I'm like,
you have every reason to, Kevin. You have every reason to.
I moved from Trinidad to America, and America turned into Trinidad. Except it's like white third world country.
Yeah,
it's just weird. Where like your daughter like gets to be like the Secretary of State, and the Prime Minister of Trinidad like bought all these properties in London and like had his kids up there, and like his son. I went to school with his son, Brian Manning. And he became like a minister off of nothing.
Damn. And that's
so welcome to the rest of the world, buddy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even laughing. Like, that's real truth, because like we've always had a government like this. Now it's just obvious. Now we just taken away that shiny veneer of freedom and choice and democracy, and we vote for the right things to happen. No, we never had it. But now you can't even pretend. Now we can't even pretend like that's what's that. We have no semblance of a functioning government.
Right? No.
Like, everything's corrupt. It's always been corrupt, but now we are certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this shit is done.
I mean, it's kind of like I've gone to fights where we're like talking shit over the internet or whatever, and then we get in front of each other, and then like people part.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, now what's up? And that's where America is right now. Like, there's no hiding the fact that
it's 3 o'clock. We're behind the gym. What's good?
Yeah. What's up now? Right. This is where we're at now. Like, there's no hiding any of this shit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the revolution will not be televised. It will be tweeted and streamed from Facebook Live.
But see, where I come from, like, there's only 2 types of people: there's rich and poor. Right, and America was a place where the idea was you could have a middle class where people, where people would be fair.
Good luck with that shit.
But the rest of the world doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
And and y'all are just catching up, I guess. So.
Or we're just getting real. I don't know what it is.
And which, by the way, is where I'm taking my next comment, which is, as a U.S. immigrant, I am officially asking for a refund.
You talked about this before.
Yes, I did, but I'm saying it again. I did not come here to live in the same conditions that I left from.
Yeah, well, you still have cable, you still have electricity.
Okay, all right.
You still have a car.
Yeah. They have electricity.
It's a little bit better, Kevin.
Okay, it's a little bit better.
It's a second and a half world country. Yeah. We're a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. America is a second world country.
Yeah. I mean, if you want like first class countries, move to Japan or Sweden. Or places like that, but but this ain't popping right now. I mean,
oh boy.
I mean, and it's unfortunate that you. Oh, what happened?
That just does that. 30 minutes for some reason, the shit cuts out.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of Trump, his best buddy from 15 years ago, who he doesn't like anymore.
Jeffrey Epstein was attacked in jail.
Yeah.
He was apparently attempted, like, he had bruises on his neck and he was unconscious. And I'm thinking that was a hit because he might know too much. And
is that a conspiracy theory thought?
I don't know if it's a conspiracy. I'm basing this on nothing, but here's the thing. I think it was a hit because I think Trump would have hit on him because he was like, he knows too much, but then the hitman was like, well, he didn't finish paying me my money, so he just choked him a little bit. Trump never pays his fucking bills.
I could totally see that. Like if Trump tried to pay me to do a job with cash, I would check to see if the bills were printed on both sides. Like, nah, dog. I don't. So that's probably what happened.
You have access to the treasury and you don't pay your bills. That shit is pathetic.
Right. You know what? I don't necessarily think it's a hit, but then again, if you remember Goodfellas, you remember Henry Hill saying, when he got busted, he's like, dog, they could whack me worse on the inside.
And that's why I think it was a hit. And I don't even think it necessarily Trump. It was probably somebody else that he got dirt on, some other millionaire that's just like, we got to get rid of this guy.
Right. Because I mean, he's got. I mean, when they busted his safe, they found like all these tapes. Like I said last week, all these tapes with like this senator, this girl, this politician, this girl, this lawyer, this girl. Yeah. So he has like, as I call it, the blackmail blockbuster. He has all those tapes ready to go. So yeah, of course, people want to. Get
so
rid of
last week was it last week or one of these past 2 weeks we talked about how Jeffrey Epstein was he was denied bail, and his lawyers tried to argue that he wasn't a flight risk, even though he owns his own private jet
and island
and private island. Yeah. So there's that. But so I know he doesn't have that level of white privilege to where he can go to that extreme. But he's
on another level though. He has a fake Saudi Arabian passport. Like, how do you get one of those?
You have to know the guy that runs the country.
I mean,
it's not fake. It's real. It's just not
right with his face on it. I mean, come on now. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know how this is going to shake out, but definitely, I don't think he's going to make it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's not the kind of dude that, like...
he doesn't have a doing times disposition.
Nah. He's not a hard rock. Like, even when he got convicted last time, he got work release, and he was, like, at his office 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Like, so, I mean, he's not that kind of... He's not eating peanut butter sandwiches and, playing bid whist in the general room or whatever. Nah. Them dudes are not built for prison, man.
No,
I mean, it's funny. Like, even the other dude, Bernie Madoff, he's trying to get clemency right now, and Trump might give it to him.
Oh, what was his name? Manafort. He's most likely gonna pardon that dude, even though that dude's just guilty as shit. But he was trying to get. I think he's in solitary confinement or something like that because he was getting like death threats and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, but like that dude.
Yeah, of course. You fucked up my pension.
Yeah, you fucked up my pension. You sold secrets to Russia. All that shit.
My grandma can't get her
By the
insulin.
way, it's just strange how weird. Like, you can tell the conservative agenda is just like us versus them. It has nothing to do with like actually like solving problems because like 10 years ago, if you'd have told people we had a president that was selling secrets to Russia or Russia helped get our president elected and it was confirmed several times over, they would lose their shit because we've never been buddy-buddy with Russia, but now all of a sudden we're supposed to be cool.
Now, well, I mean, they don't care about that.
Yeah.
I mean, what they really care about is, do you hate the same people we hate?
Exactly.
And but that's how it is for everybody, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of people who, like, are kind of foul, but you kind of you support them because they take care of your people, and I think that's. I mean, can you think of an example?
For what?
I mean, even like historical figures, like like we were talking about this on Black Comics about like Frederick Douglass. Like Frederick Douglass married a white woman. Right, I mean, in the 1800s, like at a time where, and he was like the hardest brother against the cause at the time, I mean, and people are like, well, that's kind of foul. Like, why would you do that? Why would you, be with your sister or whatever? It's like, well, people just.
Okay, I'm kind of lost here. I was like, how does that pertain to Epstein?
Well, what I'm pointing out is that there's ways for people to be about certain things, even though, like, you can support them even though that they're foul. So, like, Trump supporters, they will support this dude no matter what he does because he hates the same people that they hate.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
you know what kills me, though, like, about this whole Epstein thing is, like, I was starting to say about white privilege. You're seeing another level of it, and that's that they'll change the vocabulary for shit like that.
What do you mean by the vocabulary?
Like, they'll say he was, like... The dude's he's in trouble right now because he runs a sex ring with underage girls, like chicks that are like minor girls, but they call them underage women.
Okay.
I was like, no, they're girls. People are fucking children, and he's the facilitator.
Well, that kind of cleans it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's exactly my point, Kevin. Otherwise, like, how is he not? No one calls Jeffrey Epstein a pedophile, even though he's very clearly a pedophile. They changed the narrative.
Because when you say underage girls, what it makes people think of is like their high school days when they would sneak into clubs. And like, 17, 18 with a fake ID.
Exactly.
Like, it cleans it up, right?
They're painting it as pretty as they can on the Epstein side.
But it's not, like literally like,
it's not the fact that this rich ass dude is preying on teenagers.
Right. And even Trump was there. Like, there's that one party from 1992. This is an article where they're talking about this Florida businessman, George Rainey, who talked about how Trump had a calendar-only party competition at Mar-a-Lago. And
you mean members-only calendar girl? That's what it looks like he wrote.
Yeah, calendar girl competition, right?
Okay.
So it was Trump and it was Epstein and 28 girls were competing, and they were the only two people at the party. Now, if you have 2 adults and 28 underage girls, that's usually what you call a field trip for a junior high school. Okay, that is not.
And you don't want to have a field trip to Jeffrey Epstein's crib. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. Like that's kind of a one-way trip.
Like, how the fuck is this shit being published in the newspapers in 1992, and everyone's going,
yeah, that's the level of privilege that he has, to where it's like we can talk about your crimes and like I feel like when you're rich, you get a level of privilege. When you're white, you get a level of privilege. When you're rich and white, you get the highest level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do whatever you want, man.
Like Trump has like 17 women accusing him of rape. He's got all these other cases standing out right now, and he's still president because nobody's gonna talk about that shit because it doesn't matter because he's president and he's.
Could you imagine?
There's more people that can benefit from that than they would if they took him down.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. Here's the thing. There's a lot of really, like, shady people in the world.
Lots.
And they can't get jobs. They can't get work. If you have somebody in power that doesn't give a fuck about how shitty you are, everybody's going to be like, oh, this is my time right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you watch, like, anytime you, like, flip on to, like, some of these really bad, like, Fox News things, and you watch the ads, and all the ads are like cash for gold and shit like that. Like, it's all these like horrible people just like, oh shit, everyone's paying attention right now. Let's make some money. Let's buy those those Buffalo Soldier cash for gold coins, which everyone is saying is gonna make millions of dollars.
No, they're not.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a honeypot for horrible people.
Yeah. So we got the Mueller report, we got the Mueller testifying, we got Jeffrey Epstein, you got Trump dry snitching on Jeffrey Epstein, saying he loves women on the younger side, which is not helping that dude's cause at all, even though you were part of it. And
by the way, if I was Epstein right now, I would start like turning tricks for protection.
That's not gonna help. I would just
no, straight up, like, okay, I don't want the guards to kill me, I don't want other inmates to kill me. Okay. Don't call me Jeffrey. Call me Jenny Epstein. Okay, like, yo.
Well, in that case, Kevin, the punishment has fit the crime. But none of this shit matters because of the level of privilege. Because like all this shit going on, and Trump's still gonna skate. Dude was an asshole a long time ago, but he's still gonna skate.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die unindicted.
Like he's gonna get away with it scot free. Like I was watching Chris. I think it was Chris Rock's last special. Where he was like, you know how they say everybody gets theirs? Some people never get theirs. He's one of those guys. I think is just never gonna get his.
Nah. He's gonna die thinking he's winning. You know, and I mean it's just amazing to me. Like he's an anomaly. Like he's like. Imagine trying to write a character, a Disney villain, but with no redeeming characteristics.
I feel like every Disney villain still has something in
exactly.
it. Even Jafar was somewhat lovable.
Yeah,
you know?
like Ursula. Like you think like they all had something. Like you could feel a little.
Like you got a little personality to you.
Right. I mean, like Killmonger. Like you didn't like him, but you were like, oh, I see why you're like this.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the Trump supporter though. You're never gonna find anyone more loyal than them. Because it's like it's an inane, completely illogical belief. Like it's not a matter of him being right or him being trustworthy or anything. It's like it pisses off this group of people I hate, and he's on my side. My guy won. So it's like
if you think of it as sports, I mean, I think of Trump fans as like Boston Celtics fans. Like they're just
same amount of racism, by the way.
Yeah, same amount of
same amount of racism, same amount of racial
That's
demographic.
exactly why I picked them. Trump fans are like Boston Celtics.
Go Lakers.
And by the way, I'd like to by being here, I'd like to also let everyone know that I have not been picked up by ICE again this week, which is terrific.
Yeah, and they shouldn't, even though you are you're legal. You're a legal immigrant. Like you're a legal.
Hey!
I didn't say that wrong.
Repeat that, please.
Yeah,
I am a
legal
immigrant. Thank you.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But
ICE is like, wait, what?
But no one's looking for you because you don't look like you speak Spanish. It's just
no. They picked up a Trinidadian last week.
For real?
Yeah, in South Carolina.
Was he speaking Spanish?
No, he's speaking like the way I speak when I go home. Hey, brother, what I going on?
Oh.
It's like, oh no, you come in the van. Get in the van.
Like you ain't from here. Get in the fucking truck.
Get in the van. And he's a legal citizen. He's in a situation I was in a while ago, which was my green card had expired, but I was in the process of getting naturalization.
And that shit happens,
right,
all the time.
And I had immigration lawyers take care of that, and that is a civil thing. That's not a criminal thing. It's civil. It's like civil means. It's like getting a fucking parking ticket.
Yeah, it's like if your registration expires. Like, oh shit, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, if a cop pulls you over for your registration expires in your car, they don't haul you to jail and not feed you for 21 days. They don't. They're like, here's a ticket. Here's a ticket. Go fix that shit. That's what they do. But for some reason, if it's black people or brown people, then suddenly civil things turn into Gestapo, where they got to put you in a. So anyway, I walk around with my passport. I don't have it in my bag today. But ICE, if you're watching.
He's here. He's legal. He's supposed to be here.
Me born and raised in Compton,
Oakland.
Lord of mercy. Can we move on, please?
Yes, let's move on to something.
Let's talk about Jeremy Lin for a minute.
Let's talk about Jeremy Lin. I'm interested in this. Please tell me what's going on.
So speaking of sports, and by the way,
can I get another rosé, sir?
Of course. And by the way, I am cognizant that we do have a lot of viewers that are not interested in sports. So when we
still make it funny.
We try to make it interesting.
For those of you that don't know, Jeremy Lin is the only Chinese person in the NBA.
Yes.
Currently.
He's Taiwanese American. He went to Harvard, which was
Taiwanese American.
Taiwanese American. He's from Palo Alto, from the Bay Area, and he had a season what they call. For the New York Knicks, they called it Linsanity.
That was awesome for 2 weeks. Melo couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Carmelo Anthony was mad as a motherfucker because this guy was good and he was Chinese and he was killing the league.
They made the playoffs because of that stretch. Like for 2 weeks, that kid was like the best player in the league.
Yeah, he was killing the game.
He was putting up 30. It was ridiculous.
Right, and he blew up in, of course, China. He's huge in China. So this week, he was in Taiwan talking about. He's a free agent now, and by the way, he just won a ring with the Toronto Raptors.
Yep.
Shout out to the Raptors.
He did absolutely nothing on that team. I want to tell you that right now.
Yo, I did more for the Raptors than Jeremy Lin did, okay?
I did too. Jeremy Lin did absolutely nothing to win that championship.
I spent more calories hating the Raptors than Jeremy Lin spent calories playing for the Raptors.
True.
Okay?
True. Yeah.
So he won a ring, but now he's a free agent. They let him go. And he was in Taiwan last week complaining about that, and he broke down in tears.
Because they let him go?
Yeah. He's like, this free agency stuff is breaking me down. I'm starting to feel like the NBA has given up on me. And I'm like, my dude, you're a Harvard-educated, multi-millionaire, able-bodied, 6'3" Chinese dude that played basketball in the NBA for 9 years.
Nigga, you made it.
Exactly. How the fuck are we supposed to be mad now?
You'll be if you never play another game, you'll be fine.
You have over $10 million, and you still need. Hey, how about this? I don't know. I'm not Asian. How about maybe you play in China?
Hey, that's an idea. It's working great for a certain black dude named Stephon Marbury.
Yeah,
they built statues of him out there.
Right, black people are playing in China. You gonna tell me you a Chinese motherfucker?
Time out. Black people don't Chinese people by and large don't like black people.
That's true.
Built statues of Stephon Marbury.
For Starbury. Thank you. And you, a Chinese-speaking Chinese dude, can't figure out that maybe you should just play in China,
or better yet,
and make infinite money.
Here's an idea.
Infinite money.
Here's an idea. Start like a Jeremy Lin basketball shoe or something, or a basketball company, and where everything's made in China. You'll save a shit ton on. You'll save a shit ton on.
If you made in China,
yeah, like save a shit ton on merchandising and labor costs, and you'd sell out just about everywhere around the world. Asian people are everywhere, and they love you.
What? I mean,
honestly, there's still I guarantee there's still a team that needs a backup point guard that'll pick up Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's still early, Like he may not get picked up in the offseason, but he'll get picked up before the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, he can bring the ball up. His defense is garbage, but he can bring the ball up.
He's good for 10 points and 4 assists every now and again.
Right. But
it's like the NBA is giving up on me. It's like, no, that's just decline, bro. That happens. You weren't that good to begin with. You had a huge blowout half season. I mean, then you got injured, and then everything went down. That's just how it happens.
Dude, their brothers playing in Lithuania, where there's no hope of them ever understanding the language. And they're not complaining. They're just like, we're just trying to get back. Like, dude, you got a not a max contract, but you got a solid. He got a good contract from the Knicks. He got a big one from Charlotte. Come on, man.
Shout out to my boy E.J. Rowland. He played in Turkey and all over Eastern Europe, and that dude's balling.
Right.
He never complained. He was came back with a new whip every time.
Yep. Oh, yeah, they don't pay American taxes, none of that shit.
Nah, they good up there.
Nah, I mean, I had a boy, Raytu, from Santa Barbara. He played in Italy his whole life. He married an Italian woman. That dude he's caked out. He's retired and caked.
It could be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Dude, I mean, what's his name? That white dude that played in China for a minute and came back now.
You gotta be more specific.
6'2". There's a lot of white dudes that play in China. His name is not Grayson Allen. It's
Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, Jimmer. Yeah, Jimmer. Like that dude, he was a baller in college.
The Mormon monster.
Yeah, exactly. He's too short for the NBA though. They were blocking his shot like crazy.
His shot percentage went in the toilet when he got to the NBA.
Yeah, if he went to China, he's dropping 50 a game. Yeah. He's a god over there.
JJ Redick is a poor man's Steve Kerr. So the last thing you want to be is a poor man's JJ Redick.
Right. But
which is basically Adam Morrison.
Shout out to Adam Morrison, the mustache, Gonzaga, all of those people. But I mean, the arrogance to be like, I can't believe the NBA won't take me. Motherfucker, you lucky to be in the NBA, you Harvard Chinese motherfucker.
LeBron James is lucky to be in the NBA, and he deserves to be there every day of his life. Right. It's still a huge luck thing to make it to that level.
Yeah, I mean, the Darius Miles of the world, the Oliver Candies, all those dudes that washed out.
Who is your personal favorite bust? I gotta know this now.
My favorite bust has to be the Candyman. It has to be Oliver Candy. No.
He went to my mom's. He went to my mom's school. He went to University Pacific.
Oh, real?
Yeah, out there in Stockton, California. He escaped.
And it's very funny for me when Africans and Caribbean people try to play basketball. Americans don't get it. We're bad at basketball.
Why?
I don't care how tall we are. I don't care how athletic we are.
Hakeem Olajuwon is one of the best players ever.
He's the outlier, okay? Every other African Caribbean player is terrible at basketball, and you motherfuckers fall for it every time.
They're 6'5" or taller. What are we supposed to think?
They're like, oh, he's black and he's tall. Oh, he can play.
God.
We're like, oh, brother, what is this? What is this?
Where's Kwame Brown from then? Now that you mention it, I know Kwame is an American, but Brown damn sure is. So
I think he's from New Jersey or something.
Oh, God.
But that makes me laugh every time. As soon as this fella, he's 6'11" from Sudan, he will play. We're like. No. No. Man. Look, to be a good American basketball player, you have to start playing when you're 5, in the hood, playing with hoops that are actually milk carts.
You have to have shit talked to you every single day of your childhood in order to be tough enough to deal with what's coming.
You have to have teenage drug dealers punching you in the face while you're shooting.
You see why Russell Westbrook hits that rim so hard? That's because he was always the shortest guy on the court and had to knock the biggest dude out.
In LA.
Is not playing around.
In LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Nipsey Hussle got killed, that dude put up 20-20-20 for the Rolling 60s. Because that's how deep it goes.
Yeah.
Fuck basketball. That was for Nipsey.
Exactly. That's how real this shit is. So you gonna pick this African dude that grew up herding goats.
Yeah. Playing soccer.
Yeah, playing soccer, yeah. never actually played a basketball game, and he'd be like, "Oh, he's tall. He should figure it out."
You know what's funny? Like Akeem Olajuwon is in probably his 60s right now, but you still don't want to see him on a soccer court, a soccer field. Like, I saw some highlights of that. I was like, shit, he might have been playing the wrong sport.
he could have been a good midfielder or a goalie.
Yeah,
but it's
fleet on his feet for that size.
I mean, what's his name? The Greek Freak. Like, okay, he's a
freak.
He's an African dude that lived in Greece and he played. All right, so that's an exception. Yeah. But the vast majority, I mean, so my favorite bust ever is any African player that you motherfuckers thought could play basketball, because you're wrong.
F.K. Udo.
F.K. Udo. Oh, I love Udo. He played for
the Warriors. He played defense, and that was it. And once he got older and couldn't keep up, that was it completely.
Okay, the center for the Pacers.
Wait, Miles?
No,
not Miles Plumlee.
He was 7'3".
I'm trying to think of this guy's name. I should know this off the top of my head too.
I'll tell you right now.
Miles Turner.
No. Miles Turner is the current center.
Okay. Oh wait, Roy Hibbert?
Yeah, Roy Hibbert.
Oh my God, he was trash.
Yes, you know why?
Why?
He's from Jamaica.
Oh.
You Americans keep picking foreign black people because they're tall.
Let me just have the floor for a second, Kevin.
Look, I'm 6'6". I cannot play basketball at all. At all.
All right, let me say something real quick. Jamaica also had Patrick Ewing, so that's probably why he got drafted. But
the exception, not the
Roy
rule.
Hibbert was such a waste of human skin when he got to the Lakers. Like, when he was on the Pacers, he was defensive player of the year. Dude was getting 15, 20 rebounds a night. And then he comes to the Lakers, and this dude, I saw a game. Keep in mind, he's 7'3", 7 feet 3 inches tall. He didn't get a single rebound. Not one. Not one. Kevin, I am 5'9". I am 275 pounds. I am a weird fucking shape, right? You put me on a basketball court, I guarantee you, in 20 minutes I'll get one fucking rebound. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 7'3", couldn't get a rebound, a block shot, a tip dunk, nothing. Just useless out there. How you you're a waste of space. Just straight up.
Do not draft non-American
But to answer the question I posed, I think my favorite bust would have, definitely the biggest bust is Anthony Bennett. Because
he's no, I think what's his face from Philadelphia is right there right now.
Markelle Fultz.
Markelle Fultz.
I don't count that as a bust because he's injured. Like he's got a really serious nerve thing in his shoulder.
I don't buy that.
I do. Like I've seen a couple stories about that. That's the reason why I don't say Greg Oden's a bust, even though I wanted Greg Oden to have a career. He had some personality. That dude had commercials before he played a game.
Yeah, Portland Trailblazer. He looked like those dogs with the little wrinkly forehead.
He looks like a boxer.
Yeah, he really does. There's a kind of dog that has like really wrinkly skin.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting what the name is, but he looked like that. The guy was like 22. He looked like he was my dad.
Yeah, he did. Like he had an old man. He had resting old face. Like Greg Oden got drafted like 21, 22 years old. He looked like he was 68.
Right. You know I really think is a bust that really pisses me off. He played for Lakers last season. Drives me crazy. Name. Sorry.
White guy, black guy, no. Russian. Slava Medvedenko.
He played for Kansas.
Okay.
Damn it. This is what happens in my mind.
I'm thinking Mozgov. He wasn't even a bust. He was just tall. Who was my favorite bust of all time? It was probably Darius Miles.
Have you seen his
Darius Miles was so hyped coming out. Like, he came out of high school, right?
Yeah.
He was so hyped coming out of high school, and he was garbage in the league. Just trash.
Yeah, but I mean, he played with Quentin Richardson. He had who else was on the team?
He went with that
Lamar Odom.
He had that Clippers team that like compiled enough draft picks. So like the 10th year they had a good team. So they had like Lamar Odom, Corey Maggette, Quentin Richardson,
they were dope teams.
Darius Miles, Michael Olowokandi, and Elton Brand. That was the anchor on that team.
So they had a decent team. Okay, this is the name I was saying was a bust that just played for Lakers. Michael Beasley.
Oh God,
Beasley is 6'10". The guy's a beast. He played for Kansas. He average like 25 points a game. The dude is he's so good. Why is he so bad?
Every season he has like 2 games where it's like, holy shit, he just put 40 up in 30 minutes.
Like why is he so bad if he's so good? I just don't get it.
I got to quote Stephen A. Smith on this one, man. Stay off the weed. And I know me as a human being saying anyone should stay off the weed is completely contradictory.
I don't... But I don't. Who are you?
Yeah, but if it's worth millions,
ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who this person is.
If it's worth millions of dollars to you, stay off the weed. Like Michael Beasley is just like the
dude is a stud. He's like 6'10".
Yeah, he's one of those people built. That like weed isn't bad for most people, but some people like have no ambition in life, and if you give them weed, it's not gonna make it any better. So like I feel like he's one of those people that's just always gonna do the absolute minimum, and weed just makes him even lazier. So it's just like you need to stop smoking, bro. You need to find something like you might need to switch to cocaine.
He might need to pick up different drugs because that is just a waste of talent.
It is.
I mean, like they put him off the bench. He come up, he drop like 15 and be like, all right, I'm good. And next game, he doesn't even show up.
When he's feeling himself, he can play defense. He can shoot the 3. He can score on the inside. He can he's a tall guy that can take it to the basket off the dribble. Right. And
he's Blake Griffin with a shot.
And every other time he's actually like his ceiling is like the best Josh Smith we ever saw. But his
that's not really saying very much.
No, it is because Josh Smith, like that one year on the Hawks, he was like hitting threes. He was like winning dunk contests. Like when Josh Smith was an all-star. That's like Michael Beasley.
Well, I'm thinking like Blake Griffin, but with a shot.
Blake Griffin can shoot.
But
Blake Griffin's way more. Like I can't compare him to him because that's an insult to Blake Griffin. He's way more consistent.
No, I mean, I'm saying at his best, like when he does play that way, like he can blow up the,
most of the time,
rim, he can shoot and all this. But
most of the time, he is a fringe bench player, and I'm talking like 11th, 12th man on the team. Like he is just like not even worth putting in the game.
God, I mean, put the motivation of like a Nate Robinson inside of that body, the guy would be MVP.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he's garbage.
Whatever. Light-skinned dudes. We're gonna.
Are there any other topics that we missed this week? I feel like I wrote down 5 things, but we had like 8.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of.
Oh yes. While we're talking about basketball and
well, we're getting close to the end of time, but we can probably like sneak this one last.
Yeah, I want to sneak this one thing in there. This is a thing that I've noticed within black barbershops in general, but I'm pretty sure it's spread all over the country. Dudes are going into the barbershop and leaving with more hair than they came in with. What the fuck, bro?
When did that shit start happening?
I think LeBron, hey, Chris Storin, good to see you,
Shout out to Chris Storin. What up?
I think LeBron made that shit popular. Like, it's because, like, now it's like he magically rejuvenated his hairline to where it's like
hold on.
The spot where he was going raw, started to get to the scalp is like a puff like mine now.
No, hold on. When LeBron started fucking with his hair, his man hair, it was more like he was spraying some shit in there.
He's still doing something.
But now they're starting to like add like literal turf. Like that's a new thing. Okay. It used to be like my barber would be like, "Oh, you want?" and you do a little spray thing. I'm like, "Nah, leave it however it is."
That is the best way to explain it.
They're installing AstroTurf on the top of niggas' heads now.
You got an AstroTurf hairline.
Like that ain't This ain't the Kansas City Chiefs, dog. You can't be putting turf.
Oh my god!
I mean, there's no grass there now, and that shit they glue it down. And the fucked up thing is, who's doing this shit? Man. Motherfuckers who are on television. Like, we didn't see you a week ago no fucking hair.
I think Steve Harvey was the first person to get that shit. Steve Harvey had one for years, and he just, like, literally peeled that bitch off and went bald. And now everyone's like, oh, wait, we could do that? And they're shaving it into whatever design you want. And it's hilarious that they're AstroTurf and hairlines and shit.
Dog,
but this is a weird phenomenon now.
You can't push up a hairline like it's a convertible. Like,
well, here's the thing though. Like, men have always had toupees, but it's never been like a thing where you went and got it styled.
Yeah, I mean, what they do is they take this clump of nonsense, they glue it to your head, and then they cut your hair like it's real hair.
Clump of nonsense.
like what grown ass man wants to have like hair like glued to his head? Like what's going on with you? Were you a puppet?
Grown ass men that really really miss having hair. I don't have that problem, thank God. I turned 35. My hair got stupid long. I didn't expect that. I wanted this hair when I was in high school.
Let's see you in 10 years. Corey have like a high top fade. Like, it's all real, nigga. This is all me, nigga. This is real.
Well, how'd you get the high top fade out of the dreads? Like, don't ask questions.
You know what's funny? Like, every once in a while, I'll see Christopher Reed from Kid and Play in Beverly Hills. And he has like a Jerry curl now.
What? Oh, shit. I haven't seen Chris. I know Chris well, and I haven't seen him in a while. I'm going to have to talk to him about that shit.
But yeah, that fade is going.
Like you trying to bring back 96, huh?
But come on now. You ever go to barbershops and get shit glued on you?
Yeah.
Like,
glued, shaved, shaped. Like, it's like they'll make whatever hairline you want.
I mean, what do ladies think about this? Because I mean, the truth is gonna come out at some point.
I think it's great that men have weaves, and now
no, it's not.
And now the tables have turned. Like women are gonna run their finger through his hair. She gonna peel off the whole. It's gonna be stuck to her head.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Like for men who have discovered post-coital weaves.
Post-coital? Wait, what? I wasn't even talking about that shit.
Like I thought this. Okay, but for that sort of situation, now women will be on the same page. The same amount of deceit will be in your world.
Yep.
The Saudi's laughing her ass off right now.
She is. Old face. Resting old face, yes.
I mean, okay, so the point is...
Yeah, LeBron's trying to look like he's 17 still, and, like, the funny thing is... Yeah, we're about to wrap it up. The funny thing is, like, it's crazy that LeBron, of all people, and people like that, who have the money to get this done, but still don't have, like, that's their insecurity. Like, LeBron James is 6'8", he's 280 pounds, he's rich as hell, he's got a great family, he's got a great life.
Why would you care?
Yeah, like, exactly. Why would you care? And if you look fine bald. Like, what's the problem? Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Like, Lionel Messi is similar kind of person, but he looks like a dork, and he's like, he doesn't fucking care. He's
rich as shit.
He gets his hair cut at Supercuts because he's Lionel fucking Messi.
Yeah, who cares?
He's the greatest footballer alive.
Storin said, I love this review of Barbershop too. Oh, shit.
Storin, you can keep your opinions to yourself, okay?
We appreciate you, bro.
And with that, I think we have to wrap up. So thank you all for watching us. This has been Showtime and Kev. That is Cory Showtime Robinson. I'm Kevin Munroe.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back same bat time, same bat station. Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night.